So picture this, I am laying down on my floor, nothing between me and the ground, and I am having an epiphany. I'm just thinking, what am I doing with my life right now? Because at this point, I'd had a failed long-term relationship, right? I dated this girl for 1.5 years, and things didn't work out. Got cheated on over and over again. It's a story for another time. But I'm losing my faith in love, right? I'm giving up hope on it. I'm giving up a zest for life. And I'm sinking into this hole of content, video games, and just doing more and more of that so that I can forget the pain that I'm in from the breakup, the pain that I'm in because I don't have girls in my phone, bro, because I feel lonely a lot. So I am using these things so that I can forget about that. And it's been about 1 year of me using these as cope, right? And I watched this video from this dude named Valspire Family, right? He makes videos about like living his life to the fullest, basically doing spontaneous shit all the time, going on road trips across the country with strangers, going into abandoned places, spray painting shit. Dude, living the life that I genuinely wanted to be living, right? Where he's doing shit outside of his comfort zone all the time. That's exciting and fun. And I wanted that to be me. He does his videos in such a cinematic way, right? That I felt like I was there. He was telling me a story. And this is the first time that I realized I had been suppressing all of my emotions, and they came back to me all at once, just like that. And I realized that there was this hole in my chest because I was feeling really inspired, which was great. I was like, man, I want to live my life like this guy. And I also felt incredibly sad because I realized that I was living my life from the sidelines, that I wasn't the main character anymore, that I hadn't ever really been the main character. And I was sad for all the time that I wasted. I'll be honest, I was jealous too. I was like, fuck this guy, man. Fuck this guy. He has a life set up that's just perfect and that I could never have, and that upsets me. And I was feeling all of these things at once, and I was a little overwhelmed, honestly, and I was having a oh fuck moment. So I got down, I laid down on my floor, and I stared at the ceiling for about 10 minutes or so, just letting thoughts run through my mind. And I said out loud, I'm not fucking doing this anymore. I have to change. And there are oh fuck moments like this in everyone's life. I'm hoping that this is one for you because you realize that the story I just told you, it was about me, but it wasn't really about me. It was about you. It's about you and every time that you have had this feeling and that you have done nothing about it. You've tried or been inspired in the moment, but in the long term, nothing has changed. That stops today. My name is Grenoble, and I help young men grab their life by the fucking balls. If you want to be part of our gang of young men who are no longer settling from the depression of living a mediocre life, hit subscribe right now. The reason that you haven't become the main character in your life isn't because you can't, even though you've convinced your lizard brain of that, because the last time you tried, it didn't work, so you just think that you can't change. But that's not it. It's because you were relying on motivation rather than character growth. Because think about it this way, what makes a character in a movie, the main character of a movie, so intriguing, right? Why do we follow his story? Because it is a story. He has some kind of conflict, some challenge that he has to face, and some kind of growth to go through. That's exactly where you're at right now, bro. Your challenge is overcoming every chain that's keeping you in this unfulfilling state, this unrewarding life, the video games, the content binging, the isolation that you put yourself through. This is what you have to overcome. And as much as it would help my channel, your growth is not going to come from you watching another YouTube video, so let this be the last one. Your growth is going to come from making actual change in your character. And that's what I'm going to teach you. So step one is you have to decide your character. You must first know who you want to become before you can start to become it. This means that you have to pick a direction. Any direction. It can be any one, bro. It doesn't matter. Because any direction is better than no direction. You will learn and you will figure shit out. You don't have to get it right the very first time. Bro, this isn't a forever decision. This is a decision of where you want to be moving right now. But the thing is, you must be moving. You must be feeling some kind of progress. So this is your action step right now. Write your creed. I have a document on my computer that's just called Luke Grenoble Creed. It has everything that I am and everything that I stand for on that Microsoft Word document. You're going to create your own mini version of this. If you don't already have your purpose, right? If you don't already have some purpose in life that you're working toward, throw your phone on your bed, bro. Throw your phone on your bed. Don't even look at it. Get out a blank sheet of paper and stare at it until you come out with some sort of purpose for you to move towards. And 90% of people aren't going to do this, but if you are the 10% that does, you are actually going to fucking change. So pause this video right now and do this shit. When you come out of this journaling session, right, you want to have one sentence that is powerful, that describes your exact purpose in life right now. It should put fire in your belly. It should inspire you. And most importantly, it should just feel right. It should be motivating in its own way. Just reading it should get you fucking hype, bro. Then underneath it, write 3 values for you to live by, right? You can take a values test online, that's fine. Or you can just think, what kinds of things in life do I really want to embody? What do I want to become? What are the traits that I admire the most about other people? Mine are boldness, ambition, and leadership. And yours might be the same as mine, they might not. Maybe you really value creativity, growth. The point is, whatever you value the most, take your top 3 and write them underneath this sentence you just came up with. This page is now the creed that you live by. The center of your life is on this page. This gives you the direction for you to move in, and now that you have that, your mind is naturally gonna start to think of ways to get you there. So stick this where you're going to see it every day. Step 2, give yourself permission to become the main character. Because you aren't living authentically right now because you are afraid of what other people will think, what they'll say whenever you aren't around, how they'll treat you. You're afraid of what other people are going to do to you. Ultimately, somehow you fear punishment from others. And what every bold person before you has realized is that there's always going to be social punishment and social reward. You don't get to choose when and if you get either one of these, but you do get to decide who you get them from. If you continue living this shell of a life, you're going to find that you are socially rewarded and accepted by people who are also living in mediocrity, who are fine with it, who encourage it because they're too comfortable to change. And any mention of any kind of change makes them uncomfortable enough that they're gonna start to come at you for it. These are the bitches who are going to hear you talk about your purpose and say, oh, that's gay, bro. When crabs hear ambition, they laugh at you. When successful people hear ambition, they ask, how serious is he? These are the kind of people you want to be surrounding yourself with. Start living your life unapologetically with authenticity, and you're going to start to find that the people who stick around you are the ones that you wanted to be around in the first place. They're the ones who really fuck with you. And not just a little, but a lot. And honestly, fuck what everybody else thinks, because why should their opinion matter anyway? Step 3 is becoming the main character. So whenever you were trying to make a change, there are 3 different layers to it, right? Think of it as concentric circles. One circle on the outside, another in the middle, one at the very core. And the outside is what everyone sees. This is the result. So this is the job that you have, the money you make, the subscriber count. The more inner layer of change is the habits that it took you to get there, right? When you change your habits, you start to change the results that you get. This is waking up early every day to go to the gym so that you can make sure you get the result. A big biceps, baby. Even more centered to that is your character. This is who you believe that you are. This is the kind of person that you think that you are. You are the person who goes to the gym. So you have the habits to do that and you get the results from those habits. And all of these influence each other. When you start to go to the gym enough, you get the results of going to the gym. And when you start to see the results and know that you've been going to the gym enough, you start to believe that you're just a person who goes to the gym. You start telling your subconscious that you are this kind of person because you've repeated this action over and over. And when your subconscious has a belief that it holds on to, it does every single thing it possibly can to prove it right. Now it's going to be hard for you not to go to the gym because that's just who you are. And most people fail. You failed at change because you're starting in the wrong place. You try and form the habit, but because you don't truly believe you're the kind of person to stick with it, the kind of person to do it, you're not a business owner. You're not the kind of person to be attractive. You're not the kind of person to pull girls. You don't put in the habits to consistently do it because you believe those things. If you change your character first, who you believe that you are, you're going to start the business, bro. You're going to become attractive. You're going to start to pull without even thinking too, because it's just who you are. You're going to start naturally acting in the ways that make this shit happen. This is what separates the people who change in life from the people who stay stuck and unaware. So start to believe that you are genuinely this main character persona in 2 ways. 1, review your creed daily. Look at it daily, right? This is why it's somewhere where you're going to see it. And whenever you get into situations, ask yourself, how would this person act? How would this Chad version of Luke act whenever he comes across this tough situation? Because when you start to act like this higher version of yourself, you're going to start to become it. You're not going to have to think about how they would act anymore because you just become him. So substitute his action for yours in every situation because this is how you hack growth. Eventually, it's going to become natural. The second thing you can do is visualizations, right? 10 minutes a day. Think about and see yourself vividly acting in these situations as this new guy, right? Because whenever you feel the wind on your arm, whenever you feel exactly what it feels like when you're sitting in the chair you're sitting in and performing and doing the thing that you want to be doing. Maybe you're having a really good conversation with someone that's really fucking funny and exciting and engaging. When you are vividly imagining it, your brain and your nervous system believe that it's real, and it puts a drop in the bucket of this new version of yourself. This is one more vote for you being the main character as opposed to the NPC. And this is why when you imagine yourself getting the Gluck Gluck 3000, your dick gets hard, bro. Because your mind sees this as a real experience. So when you visualize yourself with cash in your bank, girls in your phone, the boys calling you up to go hang out and do some spontaneous adventure, you're going to become the person that acts in a way that this naturally happens to. Lastly, you must use fear as a guide for your action. If you're afraid to do something, good. Do it scared. Because fear is a guide to growth. What you were afraid of is what you were challenged by. It's what you need to do to remain uncomfortable, because staying in discomfort causes growth. It causes you to become the person that you look up to. Whenever you feel this fear, you need to have this spontaneous mindset of fuck it, we ball. You have to have the fuck it, we ball mentality, bro. If it scares you, if you are on the fence, fuck around and find out. Because not only is this going to be good for your growth, it's going to lead you to these main character moments. To you sticking your head out of the top of a car and screaming. To you talking to the girl and it going totally wrong or totally right. To you getting drunk and having these amazing memories with your friends. This is what it's all going to lead to if you have this fuck it, we ball mentality. When you take each of these steps, not only is your life going to become more fulfilling, but way more exciting and fun. You're going to be becoming attractive, spontaneous, social as fuck, purposeful. And you're going to be the kind of guy that your old friends don't even recognize. Bro, maybe they're even a little jealous of you now because you've changed so much in all these amazing ways. And the new people in your life are going to be so incredibly supportive and loving and valuable. I can tell you this is what happens, bro, because it happened to me. And I cannot wait for you to get to this point too. Save this video or like it so that you can come back to it later, and comment down below your story and where you are at now, because not only does it help inspire the boys, but it lets me get to know you better. Act now and become unstoppable.